Hello, hello, and welcome to my corner of the internet. On my corner of the internet today, we are watching Sir Henning on Live at the Apollo. And it's funny because I was just looking at this, and I never see him like standing up or full body. I always see him like from here up. And I don't know. He's normal. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. But it's just sometimes weird. Like when you see Greg Davies standing up and he's just like, whoa, he's gigantic. Or just some people were, oh, I'm already starting with a freaking, it's not a rant, okay? It's a story. It's a story. I changed schools a lot since I was a kid. Moved around a lot, changed different schools a lot and everything. And that's part of the reason why I don't know a lot about like history and important events and stuff. I was never at a school at the time they taught that. So anyway, there's gaps in there, but it's okay. I manage. Anyway, that wasn't the point. My point was one time, usually I would change schools and stuff like in the middle of the year, or just like it was never, start the year at a new school. It was always like everybody already knew each other, had their friends, had their groups, had their cliques and stuff, and I was always like the outsider, the new person or whatever. And I will always remember one time I changed schools. I was about 15, 14, something like that. And changed school. Everybody already knew each other, blah, blah, blah. And it was mostly girls, right? And I kind of sat in the back. I always like to sit in the back. And I sat in the back, and I was kind of surrounded by a bunch of different girls and stuff. And they were like introducing themselves. I'm this, I'm that, blah. I'm, whatever. Like, they were very polite, very cool, which was nice. And this particular girl in front of me, we were talking and stuff. I got to school late, obviously. Because it's me. I was late. So when I got in, everybody was ready. Or no, I was late to class because I had to sign papers. I don't know. I don't even remember. But I remember the class already started. So everybody was already sitting down, which was obviously always awkward. You go down to the back of the class, find a seat, whatever. Anyway, the girl in front of me was the sweetest little thing, but she looked so tiny. Like all of her she was very skinny, very small, very petite, all those words. She was adorable, right? She was the sweetest thing. She was the nicest one out of all the girls and stuff. Really, talked to me and helped me out when I was lost and whatever. The sweetest freaking thing, right? So it was about like 2 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, I just hit the table, but whatever. It was about 2 hours before like recess or whatever. And she just looked so tiny, right? And then the bell rings and we're to go to recess, and she stands up, and literally it was, whoa. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so tall. And she's like, yeah, I got long legs. Like, dude, she was all legs. Like, her torso, everything was just tiny. And I saw her sitting down. I thought she was gonna get up and like not even, just same height as sitting down. I thought she was really small. And she was so much freaking taller than all the rest of us. And that just like always stuck with me. And the fact that she just laughed and said, oh yeah, I have long legs. And literally all freaking legs. Like Greg Davies is huge. Greg Davis. I always say that wrong. He's huge, but he's all like, it's not all legs or all torso. He's just a giant. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying all this. It just kind of sprung to mind. Oh, man, I'm a mess. Anyway, Henning, let's go. Let's watch. I'm sorry. My bad. Also, I was told this guy is absolutely just really funny doing stand-up because he does it in English, which is his second language, which is obviously quite difficult and stuff. And he just adopts like British sayings and this. And it's just, this guy is adorable. This guy's hilarious, although also I've seen things, so I love him. So let's see what he does live at the Apollo. Let's just imagine this is the start of the video and I didn't say anything. Oh. Seizure inducing lights.
Hey! Yeah, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Henning, the German comedy ambassador. Not the easiest of jobs. Well, let me get one thing straight. We Germans, we like a laugh. No, honestly, we really do. We really do, just like the Brits. The only difference is Germans laugh once the work is done. Rather than instead of. And indeed, it's the main cultural difference. And what a fantastic turnout here this evening. Is there, it's almost bound to be someone else from Germany in the audience? Blimey, ja, so viele.
Blimey.
Wen haben wir denn da? Habt ihr da, wo war denn das Theater? Da oben oder da hinten? Ich kann das von hier nicht so recht sehen. Da oben? Ja, wen haben wir denn da, junge Frau? Wer ruft denn da so schön? Chris, ja. Ja, Chris, wo in Deutschland kommst du her? Aus Potsdam. Ach, guck mal einer an. Und hier schon länger in Großbritannien, oder was?
I don't like when comedians do this.
Seit wann? 4 Jahre? Guck mal einer an. Und wohnst du direkt in London oder irgendwo in der Umgebung? Richtig, ganz richtig. Hat er recht? Hat er recht? By the way, Chris and I, we're just doing exactly the same thing the Brits do whenever they travel abroad. And we just carry on speaking our own language regardless. Why do people move abroad? It's always for one of two reasons, isn't it? Either you want to broaden your horizon, or you're not needed back home. And usually it's the latter. But no matter your motivation, once you live abroad, you'll become a lot more patriotic, a lot more nationalistic. And in my case, that isn't very good. Well, I was already firmly right-wing when I was still living back home in the Ruhr Valley, and hasn't got any better since. I mean, these days, I get national pride out of the strangest events. Now, I remember reading in the paper a couple of years ago that Germany had won the World Championships in marbles. And on reading that, I was like, yeah! Yeah, and until reading that, I didn't even know anyone over the age of 4 did play marbles. I remember when we won Pope. Do you remember when Germany won the Catholic Church? Yeah, I know far more recently we lost it to the Argies, but far more vividly remember how great it was when we won it. It was like, ja, super, Ratzinger, du bist der Beste, super, super. Now, I was over the moon. It was like winning the Football World Cup again.
I knew that was coming.
I know full well, if at the time of the Pope election, if I'd still been living back home in Germany, I would have reacted completely differently. I would have just said, oh no, not that reactionary Bavarian twat. But once you live abroad, you embrace everything about your country. Everything remotely German. Like the royal baby. Yeah, number 2, yeah.
No.
If you live abroad, you do assimilate to the degree, like on stage, there is never any doubt about my nationality. Yeah, on stage, I properly German it up. But in everyday life, in many ways these days, I'm as British as they come. Yeah? Like not too long ago, I had a groin hernia.
How British of him.
I'm not saying that's a British trait as such.
All right.
The starting point for this little anecdote. And groin hernia is not painful, but it's incredibly annoying. And the worst bit about it is, your body gives you very irregular pressure on your bladder. You really don't know when you have to go to the toilet. And I was in one of those situations going home after a gig on a night bus. So then the bus stopped at red lights. And I realized, dear oh dear, I have to have a slash right now. So I ran up to the driver and said, sir, let me off, I have to have a piss. And the driver said, no, sorry, mate, can't. It's not a proper stop, it's just red lights. Oh, sir, I'm really sorry about this. I'll have to piss here. So I got my knob out. all of a sudden he could open the doors.
Right.
It wasn't against health and safety any longer, so me jumping out, finding a tree, pissing behind the tree was all one, but because of the time spent with the driver, had all gone on a split second too long. And what I'm saying, there was already a good amount of liquid gone down the inside of my trouser leg, so I had to wait in the middle of the night behind a tree. I had to wait in the pitch black. I had to wait for me pissed trousers to dry. Your Honor. No, luckily it didn't come to that, but it was embarrassing enough as it was. So at that point, I had to get home. So I looked down my trousers and, well, they had sufficiently dried. And I thought, tell you what, I'll take the next night bus into London town. I'll have a nice late night kebab, nice cup of tea. Then I'll take a cab home and the world will not see me until after the operation. That was my plan. So I get on the next night bus, go into London town, get off at Tottenham Court Road and walk up to the kebab shop. Well, and I had all them health worries in me head. So will the NHS be able to treat me properly? Will this long years of my life expectancy? Will I ever be able to become a father? So I had all them existential worries, so I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. So when I walked into the kebab shop, I didn't see the step leading into the kebab shop. So I tripped over that step, immediately lost my balance and fell in head first. So there I was, 3 o'clock in the morning, on all fours, on the floor of a kebab shop, in piss trousers. Thinking, blimey, how British am I?
What? Why?
Thank you very much. You have been an
That's how
absolute
it
delight. Thanks so much. See you very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay. I imagine there's more. There's better stuff, but I do not like when comedians speak a different language, leaving most of the crowd out on purpose. And not only do they do that, every time I've seen a comedian do that, they do it for a very long time. So it just my rage enlarges. I get mad. Like, I can stand it for a couple, sentences or whatever, but when they keep doing it out, it ends up bothering me. And I get it was part of the joke or whatever, but it just ends up bothering me. Because it is rude to, speak a different language when people don't understand. I'm not a fan of that. But anyway, I don't know what any of that had to do with being British, so okay. But sure. Anyway, again, most stand-up comedy depends on the topic. The person grabbed a very weird topic and kind of ran with it. But I can see this guy being funny. The accent, no. The mix of accents he has adds to the comedy, which is just great. I love it. And just the way he uses the words he uses and stuff, it's just fun. So I don't know what this one is. Dave's One Night Stand. I can watch that. But anyway, not today, or not right now, or, well, not today. Anyway, I mean, I hope somebody enjoyed. Like, I enjoyed parts of it, and I enjoyed the general concept and feeling of it, but I feel like it could be better. I feel like he has better stuff, and I am gonna be on a quest to find it. So, for now, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I kind of wanted to hear him say his last name, but alas, he did not in this clip. But anyway, have a spectacular, etc., and I will be around.